So y'all gonna check out a dockyard or a development area?
I was about to ask, is Kanchana still here after all that?
I would say if Kanchana wanted to leave throughout that entire demonstration,
That's why I was asking.
it's up to Theta.
I think Kanchana's getting antsy because it's been an hour and her primary goal is to, grab Derek and have a conversation with the man.
Mm-hmm.
So I think at some point in it, Kanchana kind of just slips off saying, I'm gonna go use the restroom, figuring they're having a happy enough conversation I'm really gonna notice. Until after.
So as Rhiannon leaves and the three of you are left in the kitchen, you all start to wonder, hey, where did Kanchana go? Kanchana, you are halfway to development area C by
Halfway, I
now.
can teleport. Excuse me.
Well, I was just gonna give you this, but if we want to tussle,
Okay, well, what were
I
you
would
gonna
like
give me?
you. I was I was going to tell you, since you want to teleport all the way there from Umbra Plaza, I'm gonna let me be completely and utterly sure about this move.
My ability to teleport, I think that's within my distances that we discussed.
Mm-hmm. Can you remind me which distances they
I
were?
think it was I want to say it was 3 miles or something, or more. Or because I think we were using Nightcrawler as a reference. I want to say.
Okay.
But I can't take. It might have been further because I can't take other people with me, I know was the deal. It was because I remember that was the very specific limitation we went with. I can't take other people.
That's fair. Okay. But
Uh,
I will rail against this and ask you, have you been practicing lately?
I think Kanchana has been practicing a bit more, and because I know the past few sessions, Kanchana was using it more. It was just when, um, I think when we were going to HARPY Initiative that I was like, take the car because Kanchana doesn't want to give away the hand that I can teleport these distances and I can teleport when I bother to use it, I can teleport quickly and I can teleport accurately.
Okay. So you're in development area C. You won't be able to. You won't have to roll for now.
Teleporting is the one thing I can very reliably do.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else is up to crabs.
The area is dark enough. There are some spotlights on whatever they're building here, but it seems that progress is slow going.
I'll keep to the shadows, and can I think, just try to keep myself in shadow.
Please roll me a sneak around.
Can I use my HUD to even perceive tag?
Yeah,
Because I have control over shadow and HUD to perceive, so. But I'm guessing I can only use one of those, correct?
you can use both.
Both? Yay!
You can use up to 3 power tags.
Awesome. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna be using for that then. Let's go, Kanchana. How well can you hide? Wow, those two helped. I think. No, I rolled the wrong thing. I just realized.
Yeah, you rolled an investigate.
Yeah,
well, actually, no, that's a 9.
Yeah.
Things get complicated. Let's see.
I rolled a mild success though, so it's not a complete fail.
No, but it's getting complicated. So,
One away.
as you're sneaking around, as you're keeping to the shadows, you pass by, and let's make this interesting.
Oh no. What are you gonna do?
You pass by someone in shadow, and they turn, sort of seeking whoever moved past them.
Does it feel familiar? Can I try to reach out to that shadow? Does it feel familiar? It's
It does not.
oh no.
The person that notices you is in an all black tactical gear combat outfit
Oh! So they're not an actual shadow.
with a helmet covering their features.
Well, that's rude. That's so rude.
They look about. They notice your movement, but they did not notice you.
Hmm.
On their shoulders, you see on one side HCPD, and on and a patch for HARPY Specialist.
Yeah.
And on their front, it kind of looks like a. It sort of looks like a mix between a moto jacket and like superhero tactical gear, basically.
Hmm.
There is a singular designation that just says, let me see if I got this right, Erebus.
Erebus?
Erebus.
Okay. Erbus. That is an interesting name. Um, hmm. I'm going to look around. I think Kanchana's going to pause, look around very quickly to see if there's a place that's also in shadow, but further removed to teleport there. Just remove
You're
it.
trying to find another. You're trying to find another spot.
Yeah, further away from this person. Maybe not fully in line of sight. Well, I guess yeah, I can, but like I can actually can teleport out of line of sight.
If they're already on, if they're already on notice of you,
Mm-hmm.
it would be risky to try and teleport to another place, even in shadow. So I will ask you to take the risk and suggest some power tags for me, please.
Okay. What do you mean?
Teleportation is one.
Oh, you mean okay? Take a risk. I think this would be probably teleportation, maybe rapid repositioning, since I'm trying to do it fast. I'm trying to
Mm-hmm.
get somewhere fast. I'm trying to get there. Maybe.
I would also suggest hard to even perceive.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
Again.
because I'm trying to keep it. I'm trying to keep out of sight. I'm trying to do it quickly, and I'm trying to teleport. So.
Yep. So roll with power of 3.
Okay. Take a risk. Kanchana, I believe in you. Motherfucker. You literally have 3 power.
Ooh. So. Hi, Theta.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
So, since you got a mild success,
Yeah.
I offer you a hard bargain or an ugly
Yeah.
choice. Are you wearing your costume? Are you wearing. Actually, since you ran out of dinner, you would not. You'd
Yeah.
be wearing civilian clothing. Your identity would just be out there.
Yeah. I think Kanchana is
So,
keeping to pretty civilian clothing. Even if they're keeping themselves in
either.
shadow.
Ooh. Let me think. Here is your choice.
Mm-hmm.
Deal with them as quickly as possible and risk your identity, or continue on your path with rapid repositioning, but they are certain someone else is here.
Do I think they already know somebody else is here because you said they already noticed my movement?
They noticed movement. That doesn't mean that they would likely know that a potential threat is nearby.
Mm-hmm.
It could be a cat, one of those stray cats that hangs about development areas. So it's either try to take them out
Mm-hmm.
and risk your identity, or continue trying to sneak around with increased threat warning.
Yeah. Do I think that they... No. Does this gear look like it might confer them something? Like, if I were to go head
How do
to
you
head
mean?
with them or something, does this look like the armor would make that a struggle on my end?
You have no idea what they can do. You have no idea what the armor can do. You would be at a major disadvantage.
Yeah. I think Kanchana's going to go and take the risk of them knowing somebody is here, because I think she knows as much as she has maybe the ability to fight someone. It is not something she's trained and is not her strong suit.
Okay. You reposition. You are in a safer shadow. But as you look back, they disappear from sight.
Okay.
They are not. Whatever they can do, they are not standing there anymore.
Mm-hmm. I don't like my power set being stolen, so hopefully it's not the same power set. I think Kanchana's going to just go further down and further in. I'm trying to find Derek
Okay.
and keeping as much to like this. Not. I think they're going to limit the teleportation and keep as much to just shadow on me, over me all the time.
Okay. So, I will ask you to investigate for Derek, see where he is, at a -1, because whoever this specialist is, or whatever they can do, and whoever they're with, now knows someone is here.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm going to give you the status. Threat warning increased.
Okay. Do I need to write that somewhere? Or just keep it?
Uh it will only be for the duration of the scene, so
Okay.
no. Just know that whatever roles you have when it comes to sneaking around and invest and like keeping yourself hidden will be at a -1.
Okay. That I can deal with. Let's go. Nope. Definitely don't find Derek.
You are searching, you are trying to figure out like where this guy is, where could he be? And I'm going to invoke complicate things big time. As you're searching, you stop just before another specialist in similar garb
Ooh.
walks up. They have somewhat light grayish accents to their uniform. And the code name on the chest is Aeolus.
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 My brain's. Oh yeah.
I love how my party just looks up whatever reference I'm
We're
making.
awful people.
What?
I'm sorry, are you scared right now? I'm actively scared, and I'm panicking in real life.
Good.
That's what I assumed you were shooting for.
There is an
Okay.
active patrol of this Aeolus and another specialist with somewhat this very like forest green accents on their uniform with the codename Tisiphone.
Tisiphone. Cool.
Sorry, wrong green, not forest green. This very like sort of like sickly, poisonous green.
Huh.
So sneaking around and looking for Derek will be harder.
I'm gonna look up.
It is now.
Is there?
It is now at a -2.
Okay. I'm going to say, is there some sort of tall something inside that I think if I were to sit on top of and talk to somebody, nobody would be able to hear me if I wasn't talking too loud?
There is within the scaffolding of this development area. There is a sort of like little like area for like maybe a gathering, a meeting area or something. And as you are looking, you see Derek up there.
Hmm. I'm not looking for him. I'm actually looking for just a place where I can go right now, like high up, where if I were to sit there and talk to somebody on a phone, people wouldn't hear me.
That is the only place that has ample shadow. Everything else is covered in light.
So rude, so rude. So rude.
The specialists are patrolling the ground floor.
Yeah. Good thing I asked Noctua to lock my phone. Thank you, Noctua. It's just in my head. Thank you, Noctua, for that. I think.
I mean, now's your
Yeah.
chance.
I think Kanchana is going to open up the Noctua app on her phone. But turn the noise off on her phone before they do that. And basically, is there a way to text Noctua on that? Like, don't make any noise. Just start recording. If you can tell something's going bad, get my sibling.
Okay.
No.
I will say, please roll take a risk
Okay.
for pulling out of your phone in the shadows.
Yeah.
And even contacting Noctua at all.
Can I use control over shadow to try and hide the light at the
Yes,
baby?
and you can also use Noctua as a power
Okay,
attack.
cool. 2. We cancel out the -2! Let's go.
You do it somehow, and you convince Noctua to not make any sound. And what do you text to
I
them?
text, start recording if something goes wrong. Like, start recording, pay attention if something goes wrong. Make sure to call in my siblings. Gonna go talk to Derek. And I'm just gonna teleport up there to where Derek is.
Minerva, Kate, and Fern, you all get a message from Noctua
Traitor.
saying Kanchana has located Derek Torrance. They may need your assistance at the development area.
Traitor!
We go now, right?
Well, that was quick.
Now.
Yeah, you can't get there faster than me, though. I'm already there.
Right now? Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
How long would it take by flying?
By flight?
Yes.
Has Minerva flown before?
She has short distances for flying. That's why I'm asking how far away it is.
It is pretty far.
Okay,
And,
fuck it.
And since you are not using you are using your powers in an unexpected way, because you've only done short distances, I would like you to stop holding back. When you use your powers in a new and never before seen way or scale, you tell the MC what you hope to achieve, which is reach Kanchana. Right? The MC will tell you the sacrifice it will take from you. Then roll plus logos. On a hit, you achieve exactly what you wanted to achieve and pay the price. So the cost of this, seeing as how you are not in you're not in any costume, you would risk your identity as well as Kanchana's. I would say let's see. Let me see.
I would say though, this dude was at the funeral.
Mm-hmm.
So he
This was at the
already
funeral.
kind of knows
The
what
whole city
Minnie
kind
can
of
do.
already knows.
Kanchana's taking. This is above table knowledge, but Kanchana's taking the risk because he said it makes sense you would be here earlier today. This is I think to Kanchana already knows. So, but You guys don't.
I am going to look something up real quick.
Why?
Because I
We
am
do
not
this,
100% sure about what rolling logos is actually.
I that would be +2 for me. Well, yeah, it would be +2 for
It
me.
would be +2 because you do have 2 logos tags.
I have 2 logos cards because I'm evenly split
Okay.
between Mythos and Logos, so it's +2.
So the sacrifice would mean that let's make it personal. In order to get to Kanchana, if you fail, you will not be able to summon the warmth for at least a week. You will be cold for that week. Is Minerva still willing to do this?
Yeah.
So, on this is
her being selfish.
This is a significant risk. So on a 7 to 9, you will fade/crack and burn up all the power tags on one theme. On a 10 plus, mark fade crack on one theme. So I would say that this is Shelter for the Weary, that the theme is. I would suggest for your logos tag. I believe.
That I'd have to crack it in order to do this.
I think this would be because I only say this because of the weakness tag desire to overextend myself.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Uh-huh.
Kanchana forgot. I have this as a weakness tag. Well, they don't know.
So, since it is a significant risk, you will mark one fade crack, and burn all the power tags on one theme. And on a 10 plus, you won't have to mark that. Or on a 6 or less, you pay the price given for 7 and 9, but you also lose control over your powers or fail to use them as planned. So, roll that logos, BB.
Why you do this? Why you do this?
So roll that take a risk +2.
Okay, that's +2 on power. Stop holding back.
That is a great success. So mark one fade crack on one theme. As you three are running outside, we need to go now. Minerva, you feel this certainty within yourself. You need to get to Kanchana. And as you feel that warmth and that heat not overtake you, but run in synergy with you, you leap into the air, wings extended, a firebird in the night, racing towards Kanchana. I would like you to add a power tag on. Actually, I would like you to change a power tag. Flight.
I just get flight?
I say you just get flight instead of short distance. You had a great success on Stop Holding Back.
Okay. It's good. I was gonna try and grab Kate, take her along with me, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
No, that's not gonna happen. No.
It's fine.
Kate and Fern, you watch Minerva take off in the night,
And you get in
and Rhiannon
like a bat out of hell.
No, like a phoenix out of hell.
like a phoenix out of the flames.
I was talking more about the speed at which
I know.
mini.
And
You ever seen a bird take off?
you both sort of realize, oh fuck, how are we gonna follow
Get
her?
in the car.
What car?
Kanchana's car is there. So are my keys.
But where are the keys?
Neither of them know how to drive.
Kanchana knows how
Drive.
to drive, but hasn't driven in a while, and her license is probably expired. But we're vigilantes, so who cares about
Theta?
expiration dates?
Roll for me a d6 on roll 20.
Okay.
Evens will be
Oh.
one. Evens will be one. Odds will be another.
Okay.
Rhiannon's gone.
No.
Public transit?
If it was an even Public
Public transit to the vigilante showdown.
Kanchana, you blink up to Derek Torrance.
I think Kanchana looks up and goes, "Did you kill her?" Don't laugh. It's a good question. I mean, you're a very supervillain hanging out here on the scaffolding of a skyscraper being built or something. So did you kill her?
Yeah, I guess I am. And yeah, I did.
Wow, that's a decision.
Well, when a higher up asks you to, you do it.
A higher up? Astrid Bloom? The police chief?
Bloom's a sycophant.
Okay, Meredith Crane? Pardon me, I haven't been in Halcyon for almost 5 years now. Well, no.
And with the way that we're talking very loudly, I don't think you'll be here for much longer.
That's very rude. Don't be rude.
You're the
I thought
one
you
who
were
blinked
supposed to be a
out, Shadow.
gentleman.
Now, where on earth did you get that? And he goes to fucking swing at you.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna dodge.
I would like you to face danger.
Okay. Do I still have the -2 or no? Because I'm not trying... Because this is a fight.
No.
Oh, yes. Okay, face danger. Can I use dodge bullets and rapid repositioning to just teleport right out of him? Right out of his hit? It's not a bullet, but it is a fist, and it's a lot slower.
Go right ahead.
Oh, yeah. Okay, face danger? Yeah?
Yes.
Cool, I take the bus. That was the joke I made earlier.
I just imagine this cut between Minerva flying with all she's got, Kanchana facing danger, Fern racing, and Kate just calmly sitting on the bus. Come on! I need to save my sibling! Come on! Can't this thing go any faster?
And there's just something really funny about taking public transit to do vigilante justice.
I mean, it works for the defenders.
It really does, but it's New York!
Yeah. I remember they did that. Yeah.
I am justice. I am the knight.
So-
I
Yeah.
am simply
I'm
fast.
not rolling super well.
You managed to dodge out of the first. You managed to dodge the first swing, but he's sort of quicker than you anticipated. Sort of cocks back and slams his foot into your
You're fucking
chest.
rude.
You have the status winded. So any physical action, any action within this fight will be at a -1.
Okay. Sucks to be me.
It could have been a
This is
-2.
true. It could have been -2. Okay.
So what? You want revenge because mommy's
I
dead?
actually don't want revenge. I just wanted to know if you actually killed her, and she's not my mother. It's not polite to kill people in case you didn't know that.
Well, and he sort of reaches and takes a sledgehammer and starts twirling it in his fingers. Never said I was fucking polite.
Okay. Very quickly, can I say something and then do something?
Depends on what you want to say and depends on what you
I
want to do.
want to say, did he confirm Meredith Crane?
He hasn't.
Okay. That's fine. I'm gonna say Noctua.
He only told you that Astrid Bloom is a sycophant.
Okay. I'm gonna say Noctua, send what you have this for, continue recording. And then I'm going to try and... Oh god. I'm gonna try to put him in a box. I'm gonna make shadow around him and harden it, basically.
I'm going to ask you a question. Are you trying to use your abilities to overcome someone or something in a struggle for control? Or are you trying to give yourself an advantage?
I think I'm trying to overcome him. I don't want to get him hurt. I also just don't want to be hit with a fucking sledgehammer.
So you're trying to like box him in with shadow.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is not something
All right. So roll for me a go toe-to-toe. You are still at a -1.
I'm still at a -1.
Mm-hmm.
I have control over shadows as a tag.
Mm-hmm.
So I can use that. I don't think this is particularly super unknown territory, so go toe-to-toe. Please don't do... thank God.
That is a great success. Choose 2. You managed to achieve your goal, which is box them in. You get them good, inflicting a status with tier equaling power, which would be 1. If you
I put 1 down, so it didn't. Yes, well,
that's fair. Is that a -1? Then never mind. You block, dodge, or counter their best attempts. So choose 2 of those.
Okay. I am going to, of course, take, I think boxing them in is kind of dodge, its form of blocking is mostly what it's doing. But I also kind of want to do the take something they hold. Can I do that? Or no?
Do you want to take their sledge? Do you want to take the sledgehammer?
I want to throw the sledgehammer off the fucking building.
So, as you box him in and dodge his best attempts to attack you, you grab the sledgehammer and just toss it. And as you toss it, and it clatters on the ground.
Oh no, I want to put it off the building.
All of the.
I want to do.
You do.
Oh, ground.
Hitting the ground floor.
Oh yeah, that checks out. Yeah, that's fine.
And alerting the specialists.
That's fine. I knew that was gonna happen. I did, because I remember it down there. That's acceptable risk.
You see as the one codenamed Aeolus sort of like looks up towards the scaffolding where you two are having your battle, and winds start to surround them, lifting them up.
Fancy trick. So, was it Meredith Crane?
It doesn't fucking matter.
Of course it matters.
You're not gonna make it out of here.
I can make it out of any way I fucking want.
Wait until the dog gets a hold of you.
The dog? That's such a shit name.
And he goes to like swing at you again, like missing because of the shadows. You know what? Fuck it. It doesn't fucking matter. Yeah, Meredith Crane told me that.
Thanks.
A gunshot rings out across the night.
It's fine.
As your concentration breaks, the shadows fade a little, and Derek Torrance, with a singular bullet wound in between the eyes, falls over dead.
Oh well, sucks to be him. I want to get out of there.
All of the lights in this place go up,
So rude.
clearly illuminating you. The specialist known as Aeolus flies their way up to you and starts summoning up this sort of massive ball of just spiraling wind, ready to strike at you.
Okay.
And that is when Minerva crashes into the area using the light around her to blind everything as this just damning light
Amen.
illuminates her entrance.
Yeah, I kind of imagine it as like one of those. It's probably the only time that Kanchana's probably seen Minerva be anywhere near show-offish in the slightest. Like there's like one of those like it's a very specific reference. There's an attack move Virgil from Devil May Cry 5 does where he basically just pounds the ground.
With Beowulf,
it becomes
yes.
like a nuke wave of light. That's her, but it's the entire bird landing and then just letting out like a stream of light everywhere. It's like it's
I will
feeding
say
off
the
of all
very
light.
force of that knocks over all of the specialists and dazes them.
Yeah, am I next to Kanchana?
I say you can be with just a simple just
Yeah.
flying up to her.
I think Kanchana probably hears a voice that is not
Close
Minnie's
enough.
distinctly say, "You are in so
Meredith
much
Crane ordered the
trouble."
death of Althea, and I got it all on tape.
Her hands are talons of
That's
light
fine.
and flame right now. We are going now.
Okay. So rude. Let me get out of here.
Minerva, you clutch Kanchana as you take off into the night.
Text them.
Hey, I text everyone. We're heading back to my house. Don't worry.
Fern's already like halfway there. Like, oh,
Kate's nowhere near halfway there
Fern-
still.
I got on the wrong bus line. I read the times wrong. I'm sorry.
Kate, you are in Diamond Hill.
I should just go to my mom's and get a ride.
No, come back to my house. It's fine.
I mean, you could call Corey. Corey is your personal driver. I think that's the name I gave him.
You could have called
Carrie.
Corey earlier.
It was either Corey or Carrie.
I call my personal driver to meet me at
There
the
we go.
stop at the end of the Diamond Hill entrance.
I think on my phone I'm going to pull up Noctua's app again and go, how much of it did you get?
All of it.
Thank God. Love you, Noctua.
Please be safer.
Worst case scenario, I would just...
Fern,
yes.
roll for me investigate while you are...
Just treat every investigate roll now as this a chance for Caleb to cause chaos.
Any
Feel free to suggest any power attacks.
Kanchana just in the arms is like, you're very hot.
investigate?
I would say unconventional angles. Or unconventional angles.
Okay.
And network of friends.
Oh. Okay. Then investigate. Come on, don't do me dirty. And mild success. Okay.
I will just say right now, you see a person you used to run with. Sort of like messy, dirty blonde hair, put in like a somewhat managed ponytail, denim jacket, well worn, but still functional. You sort of pass her on the street and you know, oh shit, that's Dahlia. But do you stop?
Hard stop. Dahlia?
She just sort of shakes her head and then just walks into an alleyway, into the darkness. You're not sure if it was in disbelief or discontent. But you know she's in the city. Do you try and follow her?
Yeah.
You run to the alleyway, but as you are trying to see if there is any trace of her, there is none. She's good.
Yeah.
Pulling out all the stops, babes.
Hey. Hey. Running with me, you pick up tricks.
I mean, I gotta seed in a few things for Arc 2, y'all.
Hey.
So as you all reconvene, Fern arriving a bit later than expected. You have proof. Derek Torrance killed Althea Toombs. And now he's dead.
And it was on the orders of Meredith Crane.
We don't know if it was Meredith Crane.
Oh, he said it was. Then he got shot.
Someone higher up.
Huh?
Just someone higher up.
No, he said I said, was it Meredith Crane? He went, might as well. And then he said, it was Meredith Crane. And then he was shot.
So what's next?
And at that question, we call an end to Arc 1, A Death of Heroes of New Halcyon, a City of Mist game. Let's geek out over some credits. I think we deserve to do that. So, how's the crew grown? Or which of you? Let's see. Oh boy,
that was a lot.
Yep.
It was a lot.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I'm sorry, because everyone. I felt bad that no one. I was kind of hoping that everyone would eventually get there at some point. Where I guess not.
No.
You blinked there pretty handily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did it in the middle of that demonstration, so time.
Yeah.
And I also, I will need to talk with Caleb about this, but I have some thoughts for Minnie's progression in response to the Phoenix flaring up.
Yeah.
Because I'm mulling over now, because I've never done this with the character, but I'm mulling it over with Caleb, whether Minnie is still with the group right now. Because I don't think Minnie's fully back in the driver's seat, if that makes sense.
Ooh.
Okay.
Because she doesn't let herself do that kind of thing very often.
Mm-hmm.
So it going more, because a lot of City of Mist is built around the idea that as you go more towards your mythos,
you lose the parts of yourself.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So, but it's definitely in character for her to be like, oh, my sibling might be possibly going to get fucked over and die.
I need to be there. I need to save them.
Yep. Humanity's a curse. I'm out.
Humanity's a curse.
Damn, okay.
If we ever have t-shirts, I really want the outline of Minerva with just orange phoenix wings, just the saying humanity is a curse.
Peace. Humanity is a curse. I'm out.
But no, that also just that session, there was just I feel like I kind of prodded on some points with Constance and Kate. That was just oh, we're doing this now. Oh, okay, I didn't think that would work. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And that is it for Heroes of New Halcyon for now. My name is Caleb Wade. I have been your GM throughout all of these episodes. Oh boy. Oh, this was a lot. I want to wholeheartedly thank every single one of my players. Without them, this would be impossible. And every twist, every turn, everything I could not foresee, I am so thankful for the heart and soul that they put into each of their characters, into their actions, into their decisions, into their perspectives. And I am so lucky that I've gotten to do this first for this podcast. But speaking of my players, I would like to introduce them to you again. So please say your name, who you played, and what was your favorite part of Heroes of New Halcyon Arc 1. Let's start with Theta.
Hi, I'm Theta. I use they, them pronouns, and I was playing Kanchana Pralpai Kul, uses she, they pronouns, and just another disaster of a person. You can find me at One Shitty Bird on Twitter, where I play in a few games, I do a few things, I write a few random other things, and I complain about school because that's like a pastime of mine. Oh god, and my favorite part, I think all the family relationships as well as fucking up the funeral. Like that was a highlight. I really, really wanted. I think when I first came to Caleb with my character concept, that was like a. So
that was very
that was.
choice. And now look
It's
at
beautiful.
you.
I got to do it. I fulfilled my dream. But yeah, so that was quite fun. But yeah, I think the funeral and all the relationships.
Angela.
Hello there, my lovelies and darlings. It's a pleasure to have had you here in the space with us. I played Minerva Mini Oriana, and you can find me in a bunch of different places. You can find my newly released game, Flame in the Abyss, over at voiceofthephoenix.itch.io.
Pew, pew, pew,
It's in the
pew.
middle of well, not in the middle of itch funding by the time we finish this, but it's available. It's a game, 3-person, GMless, about exploring grief and memories that I'm very proud to have released.
It's real good. I've seen it played. It's real good.
And I've been very blessed to have had the chance to run it for a few different groups now, and I'm very thankful and more secure in my own abilities to write. And also, I'm often a player in other places like Wandering Society, Utopia, sometimes with productions over at Well Seasoned Stories. And my poetry and creature designs are consistently placed on my Patreon at Philosophem. And if you want to check out some of my music, you can also check it out on that Patreon. Or hopefully soon, I will have had a theme posted up for the season of Varsity Hues happening over at All Nerds here. I'm pretty much a jack of all trades when it comes to freelance related work. I do music, I write, I create games, I help to do stuff on games. I do a lot of stuff. I forget half of it half the time. And also, my favorite part would have to tie between, I'll say, my most unexpected thing that made me just so happy throughout this game, and then the thing that I was like, I knew this was going to be good once we got to it. Most unexpected was actually the scene with Fern and Rhiannon. That scene got me because I was like, I'd felt at times throughout the arc that maybe we were, as a group, occasionally pigeonholing Fern as mostly the kind of comedic relief from a lot of moments that were kind of like sad and stuff, and that felt like a moment of like, no, he's dealing with some stuff too. He needed a moment of tenderness and sweetness, and that's a testament to both how well Ash can switch between those modes, and also the ability, I think, for Caleb to facilitate that moment. So unexpected was that moment, and the moment I was like, once we got to it, I'm like, oh, we get into this is gonna be good, was actually the intervention with Kate. I really love that. As much as I love the funeral, and I want to say like, oh, my own moment of just completely blindsiding Caleb, I want to say it was that moment because it felt like it had been a conversation that we needed to have, because it was like someone's being petty or something, someone's being cagey or something, someone's like, you scare me, but I don't want to say that because that's rude and I'm new to the family, but also you scare me. And Minnie just feeling like she kept taking on this role by habit, and it's like, okay, this is not good for me as a person, and this is not good for any of us if we want to work together, just on a basic practical level. And Alana as a player did so fantastic in that scene, and I am very blessed to get to share this space with everyone,
I dropped my phone. I'm so
including our
sorry.
GM who drops things and causes additional noises.
I'm sorry. It's the end of the arc. Stop bullying me.
Heartfelt statement here. I have genuine human emotions. But no, those are my favorites. And I'm, once again, thank you to everyone for being such a wonderful cast.
Ash.
Hi, I'm Ash. I played Fern Clark. Both of us use he, him pronouns. Woo. You can find me on Twitter at the real Ash Gamer. If you go there now, you probably only see like a retweet or two. I don't social media.
Well, you better start clicking.
Eh, but oof, favorite part.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick side note before I get into that, Angela, thank you for the compliments and praises. Honestly, kind of partly gift, partly curse, depending on how you look at it, based in other things. But, anyways, uh,
What? Where you have trauma in this game about trauma? What?
oh, no, like other out of game stuff, like real life. Anyways, ooh, favorite part. Oof. Part of me wants to say my my scenes where I just completely table the turns on Caleb. It's
I
like
mean, that's a valid answer,
it's like where
especially the "Don't Leave Me" scene.
he thinks he's gonna get me with the feelings that I'm just like, okay, but how about you? How about you instead?
That's valid. That's valid, my dude.
But yeah, like honestly, one of my other favorite scenes was Minnie just in the park, just
Letting it out.
yeah, letting it out because as it was happening, I just like pictured in my mind what it looked like, and it was like, oh, oh, yes,
Mwah.
chef's kiss to the extreme. You're just like, oh,
And last but certainly not least, Alana.
Hello, I'm Alana Duran, and I played Kate, or as we found out, her full name was Barbara Bunny Newman. Uh, and you guys can find me on Twitter at Seraphim Falls, or hopefully by the time this comes out, my YouTube channel will be up at Mama Llama Gaming, where you can find you can find
wait, what?
yeah. I know. Don't worry, I'll link you once it's up. But
Hell yeah.
we'll have some like board games and solo RPGs and video games. It's gonna be a whole mishmash of stuff. Let's see, my favorite parts. I've got a couple. So like between Minnie
Go
and
right ahead.
Kanchana, that whole interaction outside of Cohen's, and God, anything with Fern and Rhiannon, that was amazing. But I gotta say, when we were all at Cohen's and just acting like siblings, that
That
was
was really good.
really good. And I actually grew up as an only child and found out later that I had two half siblings that my parents never told me about. And it just reminded me of being at my sister's wedding. And that's kind of how things, you just kind of like got into the flow immediately. So that was really lovely. And I also want to say that every time we have recorded, I have not been at home. I've been dog sitting or house sitting somewhere else. So having friendly faces to see every week when I haven't been home for like really more than a day in 3 months has been wonderful. So thank you guys. It's been great playing with you.
Well, to the future of Crime Demented Actual Plays, from what comes beyond this moment, wherever the winds of fate and destiny take us, with new game systems, new stories, new characters, and most certainly, Heroes of New Halcyon Arc 2, A Purpose. Thank you so much for listening. Have a wonderful night. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening.
Oh.
Bye. And
Oh
as
boy.
you all settle your help hurt or which of your themes are under the most strain, we've geeked out a little. But now it's time for the post-credit
Oh, yeah.
scenes. So we'll consider this the mid-credit scene. We see Detective Luz Costas enter the office of Meredith Crane. Detective, working late, aren't you? Yeah. Can I talk to you, Commissioner? I mean, you're talking to me right now. We see the detective shut the door behind her, making sure the blinds are closed, and they are. And she says, "What are you planning with Garrett Dorn?" Hmm. Well, I figured you'd ask that question. It's true what they say, you are a damn good detective. I wanted this swept under the rug. We don't need that family to hurt any more than they do. Althea was an influential figure, and I'm just trying to spare pain. Yeah, cut the shit with the bureaucrat answer. I've worked for you for several years, Meredith. I hoped that we could be honest with each other. What is it you want, Detective? It's rather late, and well, there are some problems going on at Development Area C. I want Dorn out of prison. I know you've got the connections. He is an innocent man, and he does not deserve to be any part of your bullshit. And what are you willing to give up? Luz contemplates for a moment before she reaches down to her belt for her gun and badge. Places it on the table. Take them. They don't mean shit to me anymore. They certainly don't mean anything that they used to in this fucking city. Spare me the morality, Costas. You're willing to risk everything that you worked for a singular man. All the good you can do in this city. Because you are a damn good detective. And you don't think all the Fern Clarks in the world don't need a person like you? Well, that's the difference between you and I, Meredith. I had a life before I was a cop. Make the call. Meredith makes the call to the local penitentiary. Garrett Dorn is scheduled for release tomorrow morning. Just know you won't have any of the support of your brothers in blue after this. They might have problems with you just up and turning code. Bring it on. Luz walks out of the office, and for the first moment, she has her blazer off, and she is in a very pristine white button up with the sleeves rolled up and black slacks. She takes a box of her things and just walks out of the office. Thank you for listening to the finale of Heroes of New Halcyon, Arc 1, A Death, which was a City of Mist game for Credimented actual plays. This episode was recorded in Riverside.fm and edited in Audacity, with music and sound effects from Epidemic Sound. This podcast is produced, edited, and GM'd by Caleb Wade. Our performers are Angela Moravejo as Minerva, Theta Chun as Kanchana, Alana Wolfgang Duran as Kate, and The Real Ash Gamer as Fern. Links to where you can find everyone will be in the description below. If you'd like to follow the podcast, feel free to follow us on Twitter at creme_demented. That is CREME_DEMENTED. If you enjoyed this podcast and would like to support us, please consider rating, reviewing, and subscribing on your podcatcher choice. Sadly, we will not be back in 2 weeks with a new episode. However, we will be hard at work developing Season 2 of Credimented Actual Plays. However, know that our flock will return. Take care of yourselves, stand together against the dark, and we hope to see you for Season 2. And now for the post-credits. There's more. Yeah, there's more, Angela. We sent her in a simple hotel room. One that we've never really seen before, because I don't think any of you have asked where Rowan is sleeping. In this hotel room, the lights cascading, the light of Diamond Hill cascading from the tiny spaces in between the blinds. The camera sort of zooms in on Rowan's sleeping form before they the shadows around them flare out. Their own shadow reaching back across the wall, appearing for the first time in the shape of a looming bird. With shaking hands, they reach for their phone. They open the messaging app, and we see the message thread they've had with Kanchana. Before we cut to black.